Alright, so this is going to probably be posted after MECHAMARU is out and after I'm done my stream. But I'm recording this before because, like usual, we have access to his kit before he comes out. So thank you to the number one JJK leaker for actually providing me with this, okay? And obviously, it's going to be coming out once he's officially in game, so there's going to be no problems there. Now, I want to thoroughly dissect his kit and decide right now if I'm going to want to summon. So come with me on this journey, and we'll see if it's worth my shaft or not. So right off the bat, we could see his stats. There's a couple things to realize. Man, I have to ask one thing though. Okay, so this is with the hidden potential system, which means everything's inflated. So that 26,000 HP is not real, right? Also, like, he's probably going to have a very similar stat sheet to Hollow Purple, which means that the Taijutsu is about... Okay, wait, hold on. I actually don't know how much this gives. So the Jujutsu and Taijutsu are probably like 1,200 lower than this, which means he's around, like, without any of the hidden potential system. At max dupes, he's at 7,000. Okay, so 7,000 is not, or I guess here Jujutsu would be 7,600, right? So 7,600 when you're looking compared to Hollow Purple and Max Dupes, right? Where my Hollow Purple isn't even max level or grade. He's already higher than that by over 2,000. So definitely Mechamaru's stats are lower than we'd like, but Mechamaru does not leave the battle. And look at that ult gauge. 1,000, that's one of the lowest ult gauges in the game. Obviously, I think there's some in the triple digits, but if we look, like, I think Gojo's is 973, so he's about, like, as quick as Gojo, like, he's 100 more. And we could see compared to Nanami, he's a bit lower, which I like. I'm trying to, like, get a good feel for this guy. Where's Yuji? Here he is. So Yuji is at 13. Yeah, no. Obviously Yuji is a different case because he gives himself a shit ton of ult gauge. But I'm liking 1,000. One of the things is that it's lower than Momo's, and we know that both of them lower ult gauge, right? So we'll have to see, right, how this works, because hers is at 1168 and he's about 100 lower, which 100 lower, if he could get it the turn before, would be very good. But we'll see on that. Now, passives. The first passive is... Oh, I didn't even see that. I don't think I read that. Okay, at the start of the battle, grants darkness immunity to self and increases own break damage by 130%. Okay, so just from this alone, guys, we do realize, like, we're acknowledging that he's already getting 220% break damage increases here at all times. So he's going to have another 130%. If the selected enemy is in break state when attacking or when breaking the selected enemy, increases own damage dealt by 30% special for 3 turns. So if you do this not in the ult and it applies for the ult, this will actually be really big. But we're going to have to see how this one specifically plays out. We're going to keep this in mind when we go to the next page. So next off, everyone together. At the start of the turn, you increase damage dealt by 60% for 1 turn. And the more allies with the trait Kyoto Jujutsu high within the wave, the greater the effect by 30% per person. So with only Momo, which is usually what we're thinking about, it's going to be 90%. Because no one is getting it to 150. You're losing out on too much for too little. So he's going to have 90% break, 130% break, right? And then 40%. If he's breaking quick, he might be really fucking good, okay? So far it looks good. I'll have to see on this, right? Because I haven't, like, okay, the reason why I can't tell you on the break necessarily before I even think of using him is because I haven't used someone like Mechamaru or Blue Megumi who have high break, because to get their break as high as possible, I need the SP release, but the SP release requires max level skills, and I just got my Itadori's up, right? So, you know, it's very difficult. So now let's get into the skills. We're gonna zoom in, okay, like this. Now, skill 1. Come Mechamaru, perfect. Yep. So 250% Taijutsu increases the selected enemy's Mechamaru count. Now, hold on. Taijutsu is good. His ult is Jujutsu. We'll check. Increases the selected enemy's Mechamaru count by 2 for 4 turns. Skill 2 is for 10 CE. Well, it's gonna be 20 total down here. Deals. Okay, so it's an AOE. Taijutsu increases all enemies' Mechamaru count by 1 for 4 turns. And if own CE is 30 or more when the skill is performed, increases all enemies' Mechamaru count to 4 turns, so it resets it to 4 turns, but it also decreases your CE by another 10, which means this is going to be 20 total. Okay, so I'm going to wait to comment on that. Now, the skill 3 is Jujutsu also. Okay, so deals ranged, combined, Tai and Ju. The more Mechamaru counts, the more damage it deals, up to each Mechamaru count increases by 10%. Okay, that doesn't really matter. This is single target, okay, which is going to apply 2 Mechamaru counts, and then deals range damage to all enemies, which applies 1. Okay. So, the only case I see him being bad in, so far, is going to be when there's 2 big HP bosses, right? Because essentially, AoE, he's going to have a struggle applying the max counts of 10, but he could easily go single target. Literally, what he could do, like, oh, but it takes a lot of time. Okay. I think you're not going to get to the max amount of 10 counts usually, right? I will have to see, but it's the problem. The only, okay, so let's read the alt and then we'll go back. Deals 1000% Jujutsu to all enemies. More counts on the target, greater effect increases by 10% of the original effect for each count, right? So it's not like a great increase, right? It's not like some of the skills where it goes from like one stack is like 10%, second stack is like 500%, right? It's not that. It's equal. So that means you don't need the full 10 like actual stacks. So I would like kind of maybe stop it at 6 or 8 and then just alt, right? And decreases the selected enemy's alt count gauge by 1 and removes Mechamaru count. That's the problem because it removes the mecha count, right? That's what I don't like. I don't like that really. Also, something to note, he starts at 40 cursed energy, which is actually quite, well, it's 10 higher. I think getting him duped too, well, for a Mechamaru fan isn't going to be horrible. But, okay, I don't know, like his alt does feel kind of nice. Because you could get what, like I would say on average, you're getting around the 60% damage increase. That seems to be, to me, what it's going to be. Like if you could do basically the best thing to do for max damage is going to be just stack Pride twice, right? And then use the skill 1 and skill 2, right? So what you could do is stack or spam skill 1, and then when the turn count gets low enough, you use the skill 2, and then you reuse skill 1. Something like that essentially is what I'm thinking of right now, right? I think this wouldn't be bad because you could get like, you could stack this 3 times, use this once, or 2 times, I don't know how it's going to work, but use 3 times probably. You use this once, it goes up to 7 on the big enemy, and then this is going to be 1000 plus 70% plus 90%. But we'll have to see, like, is the skill 3 going to help to break? Because if so, I could see you using skill 1, skill 3, skill 2, and this in total is going to need 50 cursed energy. You might want to use the skill 2 first because you need to be above 30, but I think you should get there. So like, if you're doing 2 skill 1s, right, you're going to be up to 60, right? Which then puts this, you're going to use this, it brings you down to 30, you're still going to be able to use this, right? So you could do what I'm mentioning. So you skill 1, skill 3, skill 2 is probably going to be the best thing to do. I just wish this had its own amount of break damage. That does suck. Okay. Yeah, no. It's a 220 AoE. Oh, this is an AoE. Okay. Actually, this does a good amount. No? So it's 180% single target, 220. So in total, it's 400 single target, 220 to one to everyone, right? With a damage increase too. Okay, we'll have to see on that. We do have to see on that. Okay. I'm liking him. Now, his alt is, it does sound low, right? To a lot of people, it does sound low. Thing is, first of all, he's not leaving like Hollow Purple. Hollow Purple's alt is a one-time thing. Oh, this is fire. Wait, I don't want this though. So Hollow Purple's is a one-time thing of 2000%, right? But with crazy inflated stats. First of all, there's a lot of things, but a lot of inflated stats, right? But he only has that once, okay? He only has this once for 2000 with like with this, where is it? The 70% increase and then the 30% increase. So sure, we could like count this like multiplicatively, additively. I'll say additively for the sake of it. This is like 100%, right? So it's going up technically to 4,000, right? But the thing is, it's only once. Where MECHAMARU, he's got a lot of different things, but his stats are lower. We have to like keep that in mind. His stats are lower, but he does do break, right? The break could be really interesting because then if you do get them into break before, or you break, let's say, right? Oh no, it doesn't really work. I was gonna say if you break the mini enemy, problem with that, right, is the problem with that really is that if you break the enemy, then your stacks are going to go on the mini enemy and not the big boss, right? So it has to be the big boss, which means I don't really think you're going to be making use of this the first alt. But then afterwards, once you ult after that, I think your skills are going to have this in mind. I just don't really think this is going to come into play too much, unless I'm like not like just not even like considering how big the break damage increase is, which I don't think I don't think it's going to be huge enough to do it before you ult. We'll have to see. So he has a good amount of break damage increase up to I think like fucking 220%, which is good. I just don't know if it's enough, right? But the damage increase, right? It's gonna be 90% plus on average. I'd say like 70% from the ult. That's usually gonna be what you're gonna be able to do, and you should ult every like 4 turns, 4 to 5. I'd say 4 turns, but maybe it's 5 turns. And why that's so good, like obviously only one of them's remember one thing with Hollow Purple, right, that we're not a lot of people aren't considering, bro. He doesn't have access to Daddy Gojo, right? He doesn't, but MECHAMARU is. And why is that so good also, bro? There's a couple things, but one of the things also is that you see here cannot be used during domain expansion except in certain domains. But besides just that, right, I think his domain, do we know how long they last? Am I tweaking? I'm actually like not sure. I actually don't know. I can't tell if it's 2 turns. I think it is 2 turns. But I heard some, bro, I don't know why I don't know this. Like, it's just one of those things. I'm like, it doesn't outright say it. So maybe it's 3 turns. Anyway, I think you will be able to use it in Domain Gojo's ult. If not, it is going to suck. But his ult does last less time from what I know. It's just I don't know the exact turn amount. But we'll have to see how it works with Domain Gojo. I could see this mecha being very good now and in the future, because he's actually staying in battle. Now, there's a couple things, right, I do want to mention. So, Megumi and Nobara are the 2 other, like, main DPS contentions. Now, Nanami and Yuji are great. Yuji single target, he's out. And then we could go to Nobara, who, well, she's single target, she's out, right? And then Megumi, I'm pretty sure he is single target, right? Like, he's mainly single target with a lot of, like, follow-ups. So, it's like they all play differently now. MECHAMARU is like a Hollow Purple who stays in battle in terms of the amount of nuking he's doing. So I'm going to find it pretty interesting to see how exactly my boy is going to function. I do like it. Now, this is the recollection bit on the banner, where at dupe or LB3, it gives 80% damage increase 1 turn 1 time. And then the more Kyoto Jujutsu High students are in the wave, the greater the effect. Now, how great the effect? How great the effect are we talking? Because if it's like big, right? If it's big, then this could be like, I don't know how big it's gonna be. Because for it to even be worth it, it would have to be like, bro, I don't know. Also, I don't know the stats on this one, but it would have to be at least like 20% per Kyoto unit. If it goes to like 100, 110, then it could be good, but I don't think we know is the problem. And then when they're in break state or you break them, then you get an extra 20% for 2 turns. So we'll have to see. He has a lot of little damage things, right? Damage, like different chips, which start to really go crazy on his ult. Even if it's 1,000, then it goes up to another 100%, right? And then you get another 90%, and then another, right? So yeah, I definitely think he's way better than Miwa, right? Just off the bat, way better. She's not even in discussion. As of right now, I'm contemplating S to S plus, right? That's kind of my range. Now, the thing is he going to be better than Nanami, right? Nanami has a 1600 ult, But besides that, like, he doesn't have any other actual damage increases. Like, he's critting, getting some BFs, but not that many BFs. It's going to depend on the Black Flashes. Black Flashes are not, like, guaranteed. But he's, like, who's going to be better, right? That's my personal question. Because, like, Nanami, bro, is he just better than Mechamaru? Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like, he might just be better than Mecha, right? Oh wait, I was like, I forget. They have it. Do I have it like this? I feel like my tier list is not like this, but I could be wrong. Now, yeah, that's the thing. Because I should say S. What? Hold on. How do I have my tier list now? Let me just look at it and kind of see. Okay, so let's go here. Where is it? Where's it? Tier list. Perfect. So this is old. Now, if we check, right? So I could see him, right? Just looking at what I have. Could we go up? Let's go back. So how far back? Like, I'm trying to, oh my god. Hello? Yeah. So I could see him. Yeah, okay, that's not how I have it. Right. Okay. Because they have SS and SS. Am I tripping? Yeah. I have one less tier. Okay. So I could see him between S and S plus, right? That's my current thing. Now, obviously, this tier list is going to have massive changes. I'm just not sure if I want to do S plus or S for him. I'm not. I'm really not. I think the alt gauge lower is great, and he's going to work really well with Momo, which is good. We'll have to see, though, right? Man, I don't know. I really, I'm not sure about the break damage. I think the break damage is the most interesting part for me personally. So that's going to be a discussion. But yeah, I'm done with this video. Not much more to cover. I mean, at max damage, he's going to be looking pretty good. It's just, I don't know. Without, like, it's going to be weird. It's definitely going to be weird. Hollow Purple gets one alt. This guy is going to get a lot of alts. What's his alt gauge, by the way, Hollow Purple? 1100, right? Okay. So he's, yeah, okay, all right. That's fair. So yeah, we'll have to see. I'll let you know. I mean, I'm going to be streaming. I probably already have streamed if you're seeing this video, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how everything goes. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.